Desire begins where lack exists. In the shadows of our modern world, the most profound attraction is born not from noise, but from absolute, unyielding silence. Have you ever wondered why most men fail in the game of attraction? It is not a lack of wealth, but a lack of internal emotional self-mastery. When you chase a shadow, it inevitably runs away. But when you stand still like a stoic fortress, the entire world begins to rotate around your axis. The desperate man is a slave to his impulses, constantly seeking validation through digital echoes and rapid-fire messages that only serve to push her further away. In contrast, the man of value understands the power of the pause. He does not react to the void. He inhabits it with a quiet, lethal confidence. The world of emotions is a turbulent sea, unpredictable and fierce. Most men are tossed about like driftwood, lost in the chaotic currents of their own desire. Be the lighthouse. Your strength lies not in your ability to fight the storm, but in your refusal to be moved by it, standing tall and firm. This video will not teach you cheap tricks or shallow lines. It will teach you how to see the truth through 3 deep psychological codes of desire. Women reveal these codes only to the man they truly crave, the one who has successfully mastered the art of the Stoic silence in a noisy world. Silence is not the absence of thought. It is the presence of power. It is the boundary that defines where you end and the world begins. We begin with the first code. It is the foundation of all human interaction and the primary indicator of where you stand in her internal hierarchy. Prepare to look beyond the surface. Stop listening to what is said and start observing what is actually happening in the silence between the words. Code number 1, investment. This is the ultimate metric of interest. Without investment, attraction is merely a ghost, a hollow reflection with no real substance. Stoic philosophy teaches us to observe reality exactly as it is, stripped of our hopeful projections and the desperate lies we often tell ourselves daily. When a woman is drawn to you, she will begin to orbit your space. She will find reasons to enter your world, even if only through glances. Notice the subtle shift. A woman who desires you will seek to penetrate your atmosphere. She is no longer just a passive observer in your presence. Like a hawk observing from the heights, you must watch for the investment of her time and energy. Is she moving toward you or away? Investment means she is asking questions, extending the conversation, and providing more than the bare minimum of her attention to keep the connection alive. Time is the most precious currency. If she is spending it on you, she is investing. If the sand stops flowing, the interest has effectively died. The weak man confuses kindness for love. The stoic man looks only at the cold, hard facts of actual investment. He does not negotiate for attention. If she does not invest, you must remain in your silence. Never attempt to fill the void with your own desperation or frantic, unnecessary efforts. Your value is not determined by her response. It is determined by your ability to stay centered, regardless of whether she moves toward you or not. Watch for the moments where she tries to bridge the gap. That hesitation is the sound of desire trying to find its voice in the darkness. Less is more. By maintaining your silence, you create the space necessary for her to step forward. You allow her the room to actually miss you. A man who is always available has no value. A man who is always talking has no mystery. A man who is always chasing is never caught. Let her paint the picture of who you are. Do not give away all the colors of your soul in the first few minutes of meeting. True cowcott is built in the absence of the object. It is the hunger that grows when the meal is not immediately served upon demand. Be the enigma. When you are the one who observes more and speaks less, you become the most interesting person in any room you occupy. Her attention will eventually settle on the strongest point of gravity. If you are grounded, you will naturally become that center for her attention. This is not a game of manipulation. It is a game of standards. You are testing if she is capable of investing in a high-value man. When she realizes that her usual charms do not easily break your stoic shell, her desire to win your approval will grow exponentially and deeply. Investment is the first gate. If she passes it, you proceed. If not, you remain a king in your own solitary kingdom, perfectly at peace. Everything has its time. Do not rush the process. Let the investment build naturally through the quiet strength of your own patient and steady presence. Watch for the shift in her body language. Is she leaning in? Is she focusing entirely on you, despite the distractions of the surrounding world? Desire is a fire that needs oxygen. Silence is that oxygen. Too much talking is like pouring water on the flames of her growing attraction. Stand your ground. Let the world come to you. This is the essence of the first code and the beginning of your true mastery today. You are the prize. Never forget this. If she wants access to your world, she must be willing to pay the price of her investment. Code number 2, reflection. This is where the biological and the philosophical meet, in a powerful dance of subconscious mirroring and emotional authority. A single action creates a ripple. In the realm of desire, your emotional state is the stone, and her reaction is the ripple on the water. Fu Nu are biologically tuned to seek a stable harbor in the storm of their own fluctuating emotions. They look for a man who is unshakable. Stoicism calls this ataraxia, a state of robust tranquility. When you embody this, she will unconsciously begin to mirror your frequency and your calm energy. Watch for the mirroring. If she starts to adopt your gestures, your pace of speech, or your mood, she is aligning herself with your leadership. You do not need to demand respect. Your silence and lack of reactivity command it. You are the emotional frame that she wants to fit into. Notice the pupils. The body does not lie, even when the lips do. This is a biological code of arousal and intense psychological focus on you. The lion does not need to roar to prove its status. Its mere presence, its stillness, and its watchful eye are more than enough to signify power. When she sees you focused on your mission, she sees a man who has something more important than her. This creates an irresistible pull toward you. Cow caught here is not just physical. It is an admiration for a soul that cannot be easily moved or manipulated by external circumstances or moods. Can you handle her chaos without becoming chaotic yourself? If the answer is yes, you have unlocked the second code of true emotional dominance. She wants to know if you are the rock she can lean on. Your silence in the face of her testing is the proof she seeks. Control your heart. Control your mind. When you are the master of your own internal world, you naturally become the master of your social environment. She will adjust her frequency to yours. This is the law of emotional resonance. The strongest, most stable frequency always wins the interaction in the end. Be the mountain. Let the clouds of her emotions drift past you. You remain unchanged and magnificent, regardless of the weather that surrounds your peak. Life is a stage. Do not get caught up in the drama. Be the observer who understands the script, but is not controlled by the actors. These signs are her way of checking if her frequency is reaching you. Your subtle acknowledgement is more powerful than 1,000 desperate compliments. Your presence is your power. When you are fully in the moment, unburdened by past or future, you become a magnetic force that cannot be ignored. Desire thrives in the mystery of the unknown. By not revealing everything, you invite her to explore the deep forest of your character and soul. The loudest man in the room is often the weakest. The silent man who watches is the one everyone is actually curious about and respects. Have a direction. A man with a purpose is a man with a frame. And a man with a frame is a man a woman can cowcot. Self-respect is the foundation of reflection. If you do not respect your own silence, she will never respect your presence or your words. When you finally grant her your attention, it carries the weight of gold because it was earned, not given away freely to anyone who asked. Code number 3. The void. This is the ultimate test of value. It is the realization that your presence is a gift, not a constant right. Stoicism teaches us memento mori, the awareness of finitude. This applies to your time as well. You are not always going to be there. The void you leave behind is where her imagination takes over. In the silence of your absence, she begins to realize how much you matter. A man of high status is never afraid to walk away. He has a mission that is larger than any single relationship or social interaction. When you withdraw your attention to focus on your personal growth, the woman who cowcot, you will feel an unfillable gap in her life. Presence has value only when absence is felt. If you are always there, you are just part of the background noise of her daily life. Does she reach out? Does she try to find a way back into your orbit? If she does, the third code has been successfully decoded and confirmed. Do not fear solitude. Fear becoming a cheap, always available option. The man who can be alone is the man who can never be manipulated. The lone wolf is not lonely. He is self-sufficient. This independence is a primal signal of strength that women find deeply and instinctively attractive. Give her the gift of missing you. Let her thoughts dwell on your last conversation, your last look, and the strength of your quiet character. Your life must be a moving train. She can choose to board it, but she cannot expect the train to stop and wait for her indefinitely. Withdrawal is not a tactic, it is a lifestyle. It is the practice of prioritizing your own soul over the fleeting attention of others in the world. In that moment of hesitation, her cowcot reaches its peak. The mystery of your silence is more compelling than any words you could say. A man who is comfortable in the void is a man who truly owns himself. This is the pinnacle of the Stoic path in modern dating. Absence is the key that unlocks the door to deep cowcot. Use it with wisdom and with the integrity of a man who knows his worth. Be the man who is hard to find, but impossible to forget once discovered. Let your absence speak louder than your presence ever could at times. This is where the emotional bond is forged, in the quiet hours, when she is alone with the memory of the man you truly are. Walk away often, not out of anger, but out of a commitment to your own journey and the high standards you set for your life. The truth is revealed in the silence. She will discover her own heart only when the noise of your constant pursuit has finally been stilled. Be that light. Let your absence be a reminder of the warmth and the clarity you bring into her world when you are actually present. The third code is the hardest to master because it requires you to trust in your own value enough to let things go if necessary. When you finally return, your presence is a celebration. The void has been filled, and the value of your attention has been restored to its peak. The codes are complete. You have moved from a hunter to a fortress. Now you must learn how to live within that fortress of self-mastery. Finally, we reach the construction of your inner fortress. This is the ultimate goal of the Stoic path, to be truly independent of external validation. Reading these codes is not about manipulation. It is about recognizing your own worth and refusing to settle for anything less than real investment. As Epictetus taught, some things are within our control and others are not. Your character is within your control. Her desire is a natural byproduct. Build your fortress through daily discipline and the rigorous training of your mind. Become the man who does not need the world to tell him he is enough. When you are a fortress, You decide who is worthy of entering. You are no longer asking for permission. You are the one who sets the standard. True attraction is a side effect of a life well lived. Focus on the life, and the attraction will take care of itself through the natural laws. Stop searching for signs in a state of panic. Breathe. Observe from your fortress. The truth is always there, waiting in the silence to be seen. You are the architect of your own desire. By mastering these 3 codes, you have mastered the fundamental language of the human soul and its cravings. She will see the difference. She will feel the weight of your stillness. And she will respond to the man who finally knows how to be silent. Be the captain of your own emotional ship. Do not let the waves of Kao-Kat steer you off course from your true mission in this life. Remember, investment, reflection, and the void. These are your tools. Use them not to hunt, but to build something that is truly worth finding. The journey of the Stoic man is one of internal victory. When you win the war within yourself, the external world has no choice but to surrender. Welcome to your own kingdom. You have learned the codes. Now, live them. Be the man that others only dream of becoming through your own silence. Your stillness is your strength. Your silence is your shield. Your Kao-Kat is for yourself, and the rest of the world is just an audience. Be silent. Observe. Command your own spirit. This is the only true measure of a man. Let your fortress stand tall, and the world will follow.